In Norse mythology, one goddess stands out, Freyja, the Lady. Revered for her beauty and power, Freyja's influence spans love, war and magic. She is both a bringer of passion and a fierce warrior, riding a chariot pulled by cats and choosing half of the bravest fallen warriors for her realm, Fólkvangr. Freyja's mastery of seer, a potent magic, made even Odin seek her wisdom. Her story is one of duality, gentle and fierce, lover and fighter, mortal and divine. Her tears became gold, her necklace, Brísingamen, a symbol of her allure and status. Freyja's legend reveals the Norse values of strength, love, and the mysteries of fate. As we explore her world, we'll uncover her family, her magical artifacts, and the sagas that made her immortal. Freyja is not just a goddess of myth. She is a timeless icon of power and passion. Prepare to meet the Lady of the Vanir, whose story still captivates us today. Freyja is more than a goddess of love and beauty. She embodies the raw forces of nature and fate. Farmers prayed to her for fertile fields, and seafarers invoked her as Mardol, the sea brightener. As the master of seer, she shaped destinies and taught this magic to the gods themselves. Her wisdom was legendary. She knew the fate of all, yet kept her secrets. Freyja's role in war is equally vital. She claims half the heroic dead, sharing this honor with Odin. Her realm, Fólkvangr, rivals Valhalla as a destination for the brave. She is both the weeping lover and the lady of the slain, uniting life, love and death. Freyja's paradoxical nature, gentle and fierce, nurturing and deadly, made her indispensable to Norse belief. Her many names and symbols reflect her enduring complexity. Through her we glimpse the heart of Norse mythology, a world where love and war are forever entwined. Freyja was born of the Vanir, gods of nature and fertility, not the warrior seer. Her father, Njordur, ruled the sea and wind. Her mother, a mysterious Vanir goddess, remains unnamed. Freyja's twin brother, Freyja, was a god of prosperity and growth. Together, the twins embodied abundance. Freyja for the land, Freyja for love and desire. After the Aesir-Vanir War, Freyja, Freyr and Njordur moved to Asgard, bringing Vanir magic to the Aesir. Freyja's husband, Odur, was a wanderer whose absences made her weep golden tears. Their daughters, Hnoss and Gersemi, were so beautiful that treasures were named after them. Freyja's family ties connect her to the cycles of nature, love and loss. Her story is one of unity between powerful clans and the enduring strength of the Vanir. Through her lineage, Freyja bridges worlds, divine, natural and human. Freyja's beauty was legendary. Radiant hair, captivating eyes, and an aura that enchanted gods and giants alike. Her allure was a source of power, often sparking major events in the myths. Yet she was fiercely independent, refusing to be bartered or used as a prize. Her iconic necklace, Brísingamen, forged by dwarves, shone with its own light and symbolized her status. Freyja's beauty was active. She rode a chariot pulled by cats, soared as a falcon, and stood as a warrior. Her appearance blended grace with strength, embodying both love and battle. She was the golden goddess, the weeping lover, and the fierce leader, all at once. Freyja's image is inseparable from her symbols: the necklace, the chariot, and her animal companions. Her visual identity reflects her complex, multifaceted nature. In every tale, Freyja's presence is unforgettable, divine, dynamic, and powerful. Freyja's power was amplified by magical artifacts and remarkable animal companions. Her falcon-feathered cloak, Valshammer, let her transform and fly across the realms, sometimes even lent to Odin or Loki. This cloak symbolized her freedom and mastery of magic. Freyja's chariot, pulled by two giant cats, showcased her independence and connection to the wild. Cats, symbols of mystery and magic, reflected her own untamable spirit. She was also accompanied by Hildisvini, her loyal boar, a symbol of courage and fertility. In some tales, the boar was her human protege, protected by her magic. These companions, falcon, cat and boar, represented her dominion over sky, home and battlefield. Freyja's artifacts and animals were not mere accessories, but extensions of her power and identity. Through them, she reigned as the Lady of the Vanir, commanding respect across all realms. Freyja was the divine matron of love, desire and fertility. In the harsh world of the Norse people, family and community were paramount. Freyja was the goddess to whom one would turn for blessings. She represented the powerful, raw force of attraction. Her association with fertility extended beyond human romance. As a member of the Vanir, Freyja's power was seen in the earth itself. She was a goddess of abundance. People directed their pleas to her. This made her a central figure in the daily lives of the Norse people. Giants believed her presence would transform their lands into a paradise. They speak volumes about Freyja's perceived power. Freyja was also a goddess invoked during childbirth, solidifying her status as a protector of families. Beyond her dominion over the heart, Freyja possessed a power that was far more mysterious and intimidating. She was the undisputed master of seer. This was not simple spells or incantations. Seer was a complex and shamanistic practice focused on discerning and influencing the future. It involved entering a trance-like state to communicate with spirits, unravel the threads of fate, and shape destiny itself. Freyja's proficiency in this art was unparalleled. She was the vulva, the seeress of the gods, possessing knowledge of events yet to come. This ability gave her incredible influence and respect, setting her apart even among the powerful deities of Asgard. According to the Ynglinga saga, it was Freyja who first introduced seer to the Aesir, the clan of gods led by Odin. This positions her as a teacher to the gods themselves, including the Allfather. Odin, obsessed with gaining knowledge and understanding his fate, became her devoted student in this magical art. The most powerful male god in the pantheon sought tutelage from Freyja, underscoring the immense respect her power commanded. She was the keeper of sacred and ancient wisdom that originated with her people. The Vanir, and her sharing of this gift, fundamentally altered the magical capabilities of the Asgardian gods. The practice of seer was often considered ergi, or unmanly, for men to perform, which makes Odin's willingness to learn all the more significant. For a woman, however, wielding this power was a source of great authority. As the foremost practitioner, Freyja could not only see the future, but could also weave spells for good fortune or bring ruin upon her enemies. This made her a formidable opponent and a priceless ally. Her magical prowess was as powerful as Thor's hammer or Odin's spear. It was a subtle intellectual power, rooted in wisdom and spiritual connection rather than brute force, showcasing the diverse forms of strength valued by the Norse. Freyja's command of fate was nearly absolute. She knew the destiny of every god and mortal, a profound and heavy burden of knowledge. While she possessed this ultimate insight, she did not always share what she saw, making her a gatekeeper of the universe's greatest secrets. This role as divine oracle and sorceress adds awe and mystique to her character. She was not just a goddess of love and war, but a being who operated on a higher plane of cosmic understanding. Her mastery of seer was the ultimate expression of her power, a testament to her deep connection to the hidden magical forces that shaped reality itself. While Freyja is celebrated as a goddess of love and life, she is also a powerful goddess of war and death. Her most significant role is as the ruler of her own afterlife realm, Fólkvangr. Freyja has the right to choose half of all warriors who die heroically in battle to reside with her in Fólkvangr, placing her on equal footing with Odin. This role earned her the powerful epithet Valfreyja, meaning Lady of the Slain. This paints a complete picture of a deity who governs the entire cycle of life. This solidifies Freyja's position as one of the most complex and commanding figures in the Norse pantheon. Freyja, a widely worshipped goddess, could never be known by a single name. The ancient Norse bestowed upon her epithets, each illuminating a facet of her character. Her most common name, Freyja, simply means the lady. One of her most benevolent names was Gefn, meaning the giver, highlighting her role as a goddess of abundance. Another of her names, Horn, is thought to be related to the word for flax, connecting her to women's work. She was also known as Seer, which translates to sow, a symbol of fertility and luck. She was known as Valfreyja, the Lady of the Slain, a title that cemented her authority over the battlefield. Another of her names, Vanadis, means the goddess of the Vanir, signifying her as the primary female representative of her divine clan. Among the many tales told of Freyja, one of the most famous revolves around her most prized possession, the magnificent necklace Brísingamen. The story, recorded in a later text called Sola Thatar, tells of how she first acquired this legendary treasure. It is said that Freyja came upon 4 master dwarfsmiths, Alfrig, Dvalin, Berlinga and Greer, who were just putting the finishing touches on a golden necklace of such exquisite beauty that she had never seen its equal. Overcome with desire for the masterpiece, Freyja offered the dwarves gold and silver in exchange for it, but they refused all payment. They had only one price: that she must spend one night with each of them in turn. Driven by her overwhelming desire to possess the necklace, Freyja agreed to their terms. After 4 nights spent with the 4 dwarves, she claimed the Brísingamen as her own and returned to her hall in Asgard Sessrumnir. However, such a secret could not be kept for long from the ever-watchful eyes of the gods. The trickster god, Loki, ever the mischief-maker and collector of secrets, soon discovered what Freyja had done. He immediately went to Odin, the All-Father, and told him of the scandalous price Freyja had paid for her new treasure. Odin, angered by her actions, commanded Loki to steal the necklace from Freyja as punishment and bring it to him, a task that would be far from simple. Loki, a master of stealth and shape-shifting, transformed himself into a fly and snuck into Freyja's locked bedchamber as she slept. He found her wearing the Brísingamen, but the clasp was underneath her neck, impossible to reach. Ever resourceful, Loki then transformed into a flea and bit Freyja on the cheek. Stirring in her sleep, she turned over, exposing the clasp. In that moment, Loki was able to unfasten the necklace, steal it from her neck, and escape from the room. When Freyja awoke to find her most precious possession gone, she knew instantly who was responsible: the cunning and treacherous Loki. Her heart filled with fury and sorrow, Freyja confronted Odin, demanding the return of her necklace. Odin agreed, but only on one condition. She had to use her powers to stir up a conflict between 2 great human kings, ensuring they would fight an endless battle, dying and being reborn each night to fight again, until a Christian lord finally arrived to end the cycle. Freyja, left with no other choice, agreed to his demand. In doing so, she got her beloved Brísingamen back, but at the cost of instigating perpetual war among mortals. This dark tale reveals the depth of Freyja's desire, the cunning of her enemies, and the often harsh and complex morality of the Norse gods. One humorous story involves Freyja and Thor. Thor awoke to find his hammer, Mjolnir, stolen. This was a catastrophe. Thor and Loki sought Freyja's help. Loki learned that Thrymr, lord of the giants, demanded Freyja as his bride in exchange for the hammer. The gods were horrified. Freyja refused. Heimdallr proposed Thor disguise himself as Freyja. Loki would be the handmaiden. At the wedding feast, Thor's appetite shocked everyone, but Loki explained it away. When Mjolnir was placed in Freyja's lap, Thor seized it, revealing himself and defeating Thrymr, saving Asgard and Freyja's honor. The arrival of Christianity in Scandinavia marked the end of the Viking Age and the official worship of the Old Norse gods. Yet the spirit of Freyja proved remarkably resilient, refusing to vanish completely. She lingered on, her stories woven into local folklore. Freyja's presence persisted well into the modern era, with accounts of people invoking her name for help. For many, Freyja was not just myth, but a tangible, helpful force. Freyja's command of magic also found a place in later folklore. Even today, in the modern revival of Norse paganism, Freyja holds a place of immense honor as a living goddess. Adherents look to her as a symbol of female empowerment and a powerful protector. The Lady of the Vanir never truly left. Freyja's legacy is etched into Scandinavia's landscape through place names. Towns and natural landmarks bear her name, marking sites where communities honored her. The constellation, Orion's Belt, was once known as Freyja's distaff, linking her to fate. Wildflowers were named for her, like Freyja's tears, cowslip. Even after Christianity's arrival, her influence remained, with some plant names transferring to the Virgin Mary. This renaming highlights Freyja's enduring presence in the natural world. Freyja's influence extends beyond myth, making a mark on modern science. In 1831, a Swedish chemist named the element vanadium after Vanadis, one of Freyja's epithets. Freyja's name is also enjoying a resurgence in popularity. Her compelling character has made her a fixture in popular culture in novels, video games and television. The sagas paint a vivid picture of Freyja, but finding her in the archaeological record is challenging. Yet tantalizing clues have been unearthed from the Scandinavian soil. These discoveries offer fleeting glimpses of the Lady of the Vanir. A silver pendant from Hagabyhoga, Sweden, depicts a female figure with a broad necklace. Many scholars believe this is Freyja displaying the Brísingamen. From the 7th century, a decorative metal disc was found in Eschwege, Germany. This piece shows a female figure flanked by two cat-like creatures, her hands resting on a staff-like object. The Oseberg ship burial contained a wagon with cat-like figures. This imagery brings to mind Freyja's chariot, pulled by her two great cats. Among scholars, Freyja is the subject of debate. Her complex character has led to theories about her origins and relationship with other deities. One question is her connection to Frigg. Both are associated with love and fertility. Some scholars suggest they may have once been the same goddess. Another debate connects Freyja to Gullveig. The Völuspá describes the war between the Aesir and the Vanir, ignited when the Aesir tried to burn Gullveig. Many scholars theorize that Gullveig is an aspect of Freyja. Scholars explore whether other goddesses might be regional variations of Freyja herself. This suggests she is a central pillar of the mythological structure. From ancient tales to modern cinema, Freyja's journey reveals the enduring power of a captivating deity. She is a timeless archetype whose story speaks to the dualities of existence. She is the weeping lover and the formidable warrior. She is the master of fate-weaving magic and the generous giver of life. This complexity allows every generation to find a reflection of its own values within her multifaceted identity. Her legacy is a living force, constantly reimagined in art and popular culture. She represents a potent vision of feminine strength, embracing a full spectrum of power. This refusal to be confined makes her a resonant figure in a world that celebrates complexity. She is a figure of immense depth, a mythological puzzle box whose secrets may never be fully unlocked. Freyja endures because she embodies a truth that power comes in many forms. As long as humanity grapples with love, war, magic and destiny, Freyja will continue to shine brightly.